Jesse Abrams is he's a dear family friend, but he also works in music and health tech startups, and he's worked in the anti-slavery movement, which is amazing. He is single, so if you like what you hear and see, put something in the chat. He will socially date you. And I can totally vouch for his character. So with that, I'm happy to introduce you to Jesse Abrams, our next storyteller.
Hey guys, thanks Laura. I'm really excited to do this, and thanks so much for having me on. So I want to tell a story that happened to me last year, and it's kind of still happening to me. So last year, July 5th, I went surfing, and I went surfing with my family, and so we went to a beginner spot, which is called Cowles here. And on July 5th, just the day after July 4th, in Santa Cruz, Cowles is crazy. There's almost more surfers than there is water, and certainly more surfers than there are waves. So the way that the waves work at Cowles is that instead of going across the wave, everyone goes forward together. And so the only way to get past somebody is to go through the hole in between two people. And so as we're paddling out, we get there, and where I'm swimming out and I'm paddling out there, I'm going through this hole in between these two surfers, and I see this beautiful woman on a surfboard, one of those big wooden longboards, like a 12-foot longboard coming towards me. And as she's coming towards me, our eyes meet. And you guys ever have those moments that you feel like my life is about to change? And as we're sharing this moment together, she slips and falls and shoots her surfboard out and hits me in the face and shatters the entire left side of my face around my eye. So the next hour is a bit of a blur. I was rushed to the ER, and the next thing I remember is waking up in the hospital with my family, and I'm lying there. I've got my neck brace on, which gives me good posture, so I think I look good. and I'm sitting there, and I'm looking around, and I see that almost more painful than the injury is just seeing the fear in my family's face. And so I'm feeling like I need to break the tension somehow. So I haven't said anything yet since we got to the hospital. And I'm lying there, and I speak up as loud as I can, which isn't very loud. I say, "Hey guys." What, Jesse? What? Guys, I need to take a poll of the room. What? Of course. Guys, I need to know if I should go towards the light, which was, I thought was funny. I hope they did too. It was a semi-popular thing to say. So I had surgery about a week later. And as we were on the way to go see our surgeon in the pre-op, my mom had made these vegan eggs as we were rushing out of the house. And vegan eggs is such a cool idea in theory, but in reality, it tastes a bit like cardboard. And it's okay. I just really appreciate it. And we're running out the house, and I'm already pretty nauseous. I've got a piece of bone stuck into my eye. I'm on, I've got a ton of really bad concussion damage, and I'm on enough morphine for a Civil War soldier. and as I get there, I immediately have to sprint to the bathroom to go throw up. And it's a really tense moment because we have to make it in time for the appointment to get into the surgery. And so we're all stressed. But I'm yelling out to my mom, like, hey mom, honestly, on second time through, these eggs are really not that bad. I just had to give them a shot. So I was really lucky, and I had a great surgeon who put me back together. And they pulled all the shards of wood out of my eye socket, and stuff. And I had to thank her for helping me save face. So I stayed overnight at the hospital, which is fine for me because in some weird way, I kind of like the attention. And because of the medication, because of everything that was going on with the anesthesia in the brain, I couldn't pee. And so come 4 a.m., I'm there, I'm ready to explode. And I tell the nurses, and they call in these two gorgeous nurses to come put a catheter in me. And as we're as you know, as they're, you know, doing their thing with my thing, we're talking, and I keep thinking like, God, I feel like I've thought about the situation before with like two nurses and stuff, but something was different. I'm trying to figure out what it was. um, so yeah, it's been a journey. You can kind of see the scar I have here. It kind of looks like a poor man's Harry Potter scar. You know, if you're like you went to a tattoo shop and they're like give me the Harry Potter, and they're like, sure, $40. I'm like, well, you know, what can you do for 20? Maybe none of the bumps. We'll just get like a nice flat line. And, the strangest thing is, like, you know, I've been in a relatively good mood ever since the injury. Um, and it's weird because I've been trying to figure that out for years. I've struggled with depression in the past, and you know, I don't want to get political at all, but there's something about this brain injury makes me think that we gave up on lobotomies too soon. I think the research wasn't in, and it's time to think about maybe we bring it back. Um, um, the so so when I got hit, I first got hit. I fell underwater, and I'm lying there, weightless and kind of motionless, and it's a feeling of not peacefulness, but it's calm. And my first thought was, oh, this is not how I thought Friday was going to go. But then as I started to fall into the water, I had this really intense and odd feeling that it felt like I had a decision about whether was going to come up. And I felt some part of me in that moment leaving my body, the something pulling out to ocean. And it was the first time in my life where I felt a separation between myself and my body. And it was very interesting. The thought that I had at the moment was that, "Ooh, this might be the end of this body, but whatever it is that is me is going to go on." About 2 months after the accident happened, my grandfather passed away, and he and I were really close. And I miss him every day. But I realized then, and I think I'm starting to understand now, that um, you know, wherever he is right now, he's okay too. And wherever it is that we go, we're gonna be okay too. So that's my story of being in the passenger seat through my brain injury, which I still am to some extent. But yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jesse. Oh my
Yeah.
So let me just talk a little bit more about Jesse's singleness. So as you can hear from the crowd behind him, he comes from a very supportive family. You hear them laughing and supporting him during his talk. Jesse is amazing, and I'm so glad that you are here with us, Jesse. And call him single and super cute.